Disaster at Eau Rouge, at least a penalty on the very last lap. Can we stay ahead of Russell or is Podium gone? Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of F126 Turbo, and today heading to Belgium. But for the update, we hope the Brian has failed, so we'll have to put a new one in, but unfortunately we do not have enough resources points to do it. So we jump over rather stand Lando leading during the Belgium with Charles Sutton at the Piatlet in third. Let's see what Belgium got in store for us.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Oh wow. Yep, it's raining, It didn't get better at some point, but it won't be better in time. Got a bit of a sun in 2-2, bit of a sun in Tuesday, but then it gets worse. But the long run is going to be nasty. I cannot wait to see what happens, let's be honest. As we now tracking on to the final run of the qualifier number 1. We are on instrument tyre, and obviously the previous 3 run was on a wet tyre, and unfortunately we didn't do a good job on that. As you can see, we are P50 at the moment because of a wet tyre, so hopefully things will change on the instrument tyre. We were literally the last one out on the track. Let's see what can we do for this 2-1 final run. We should be really waited. I think people actually went in after fantastic, but obviously it's because of the track evolution. We managed to have the big advantage on it by 1 second. And we now heading into 2-2 final run once again, as we are currently P14. Didn't do a good qualifying, but luckily this time it's a live wallet in 2-2. So we are now coming out the butt up to 10. Can we put ourselves though into 2-3 once again or not? Almost 1 second, by the way. Come on! Here's the appearance again. Back to back, baby, let's go! Get in! It didn't rain, we probably want to get out now. Let's get out now to make sure we don't get involved in anxiety. But let's get out quickly. It's gonna rain in 5 minutes, I think. So we want to pop out right now. Do that, it's just better. Now for the second time this season, Danny made it low into 2-3, and we are pretty much only doing 1 run on the stock tyre because we have a rain coming in about 5 minutes. So clearly there's no point to wait around, and we all done now for a quick flying lap. Everybody is out on the track. Hopefully none of us will run into each other while we're doing our flying lap. But so far, Danny is looking really strong. Purple sector 1, personal bet in sector 2. What is the position can Danny achieve for this qualifier? Remember, it's the only one. One. He's at the moment, Charles just took it. Charles just took the lead. Charles Leclerc is on a professional pole.
Wraps up now, we have our grid line race tomorrow.
So happy about it. Come on. Third place. We started in third place, which is fantastic. With Charles Sutton, Leclerc on the pole.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Daniel, Verstappen, George Russell and Lawson, Hamilton, Bottas, Piastri and Arvid Lindblad, Alonso, Perez, Lando Norris and Antonelli, Behrman, Bortoletto, Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Hadja and Franco Colapinto rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Well, as you can see the weather just now, absolutely pouring rain. And we are driving on a wet tyre, and I thought I'm going to do a little under fuel. So obviously I'm not very good at the manners of fuel, so this is the opportunity for us to learn to do it with 3 laps of fuel. And we pretty much gonna do 1 stop, but there's a likely in the middle slot that I'm excited to see what that's gonna be like. But look at this. Mental. Tyre is... I can't see! That's how bad the lane is. Bad. Absolutely bad. Oh, that's good.
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
Oh, here we go.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
And now we're waiting for 5 red light for the Belgium Grand Prix, and it's now underway with this horrendous weather. Watching everybody do heading up into turn 1. We got Charles Leclerc, who got off a pretty well done start with Charles Sutton, Max Verstappen going down the outside. Bit of a contact with Danny, but he put himself into 3rd with Danny dropping back and forth. Russell 5th. Hamilton in 6th, and Lawson started Piastri with 8th, Bottas 9th, and Lindblad in 10th, and we got Sergio Perez with lot to play to Lando Norris, who now watching Lindblad and Fernando Alonso. Watching Lando do, will he look for the move or not? He's looking for the one on the inside. Will he find the space to get there or not? While Fernando Alonso tried to 40 ways there on Arvid Lindblad, and he does it. Fernando Alonso in P10 chasing after for the Bottas, and now behind we now got Ollie Behrman, who is fighting along with Gabby Bortoletto, who's in 16th and 17th with Gasly watching everything unfolding. But unfortunately for Behrman, who did not have the best qualifying, unlike his teammate Danny, who did have the best qualifying so far in a bad starting position in 3rd this season. But unfortunately, the podium seems like a far-fetched for Danny at the 4th place, battery on way with George Russell, but we're looking further back on the track with Lindblad, who is now under there by Lando Norris, who is now driving a move on the inside line going up into turn 1. I'm now on board with Behrman, who is now trying to stay ahead of Bortoletto. Can he do it?
Okay,
Oh!
caution. Virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta on your dash.
Oh, I wonder what happened. We got vertical safety car already into lap 2. We need to wonder what might have happened. So here's a replay of what happened, and it is one of the racing bull who made the contact with Lando Norris. I believe that would be Lindblad with the front wing damage behind of Lando, but we already got going into but up to 10. We go with Gasly, who now making a move on Ollie Behrman. Throughout the hour, and Gasly took there on Ollie Behrman or not. Behrman seems like a different driver this weekend, unfortunately. Doesn't seem like himself whatsoever. Unlike his teammate, who is literally like 10 places higher or more actually ahead of Behrman. The Dan, as we can see now, going through the Euro, try to hold the 4th place against George Russell. It is going to be a difficult work.
It is critical for our race that we keep them behind, please.
Looks like the plan has changed. Our target is to defend against Russell to be able to achieve a P4, which will be our highest finish so far this season. can reject it or not. Clearly Mercedes had to be much more faster than they had. But because we're in the lane, it's not about the car anymore, it's about the driver. What can Danny do again to George? And also, we don't land another in P10 by the way. We bought that P9, P8 with P8. And we now got Lawton P7 behind Hamilton, who didn't should play. And Russell in 5th, still putting the pressure on the Danny. As you can see, we are trying our best to hold our play. But of course, with the looming threat of short Russell, it always seems a bit silly, especially when they are in a much more faster car. But we are going to putting on a brave face and try to hold our plate in 4th and ahead of us. Matt Verstappen chasing after Carlos side. I am expecting seeing Matt to be able to overtake Carlos side quickly if he can, because he's in a Williams first in motorsport, clearly motorsport had to be much more faster, and Matt doesn't make a move whatsoever. And speaking of making a move, it landed on down the inside of Valtteri Bottas. I didn't think he was going to do it, but he did. He made a move that Matt should have done to the Carlos side, but unfortunately Lando did not get himself ahead of Bottas, which is a shame for him. But there's still a long way to go, and Behrman! Oh no, Ollie Behrman pulled over. Oh, Behrman down.
Okay, don't
Look
worry about
that.
that target for now. We can work on a new objective later. Okay, and that's a red flag.
Oh.
Red flag. Keep the delta positive, and let's have you straight into the pit lane, please.
Behrman, let's stop it on the track, that's why. Second chance for us, second chance for us. But I don't know if that's the best play. Obviously, we need to focus on the fuel. So we need to do a bit of fuel management early stage right now. I think we need to do fuel management now. Start up instrument type. And here's a replay of Ollie Behrman DNF. So here's how we actually got confirmation it's a mechanical failure. So clearly it's something to do with the engine at this point. Needing unfortunate for Ollie Behrman. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. See what happens. Let's go.
Again.
I've been waiting for 5 like for the second time this afternoon, and it's now underway with Carlos Sainz, who seems to off the better start than Charles Leclerc. Oh wow, what a start. And we now also got to start ourselves. Without the outside of Matt Verstappen, can Danny get you or not ahead of Matt? Ooh! There you go. And that was the big wheel spin there for Danny, but he's still holding loud ahead of Matt Verstappen in 3rd. Danny goes. Oh, go away, Matt. Now we had to defend against the 4-time champion, but he went all over the place. Matt Verstappen is losing places, and he also moved up with Hamilton also followed by. Matt Verstappen, what happened to him? And we also got Charles Leclerc, who unfortunately had overtaken Carlos Sainz very quickly anyway, going the end of Temmelsley, with Danny is in 3rd place. So hopefully Danny should hold on to the podium spot for the 3rd time in his career. Can he achieve it or not? With Russell behind in 4th place and Hamilton in 5th. And here's a replay of the race start, and we got Carlos Sainz, who actually had the fantastic start going up into turn 1 on the outside. Brilliant start, absolutely mighty one for Carlos Sainz ahead of Charles Leclerc. But then we also have Danny, who also had the fantastic start over Matt Verstappen, which is fantastic, let's be honest. But Matt obviously almost managed to hold his place back more better effort than Charles did to Carlos Sainz, but somehow he was losing so much play because Danny had the wheel spin and still the way ahead, which was very lucky, very lucky. And we also got another replay of the overtake that McLaren did against Racing Bull, but Racing Bull managed to do despite going side by side fantastic. And here's another replay of Matt Verstappen, who I don't know what happened, he topped it last, but I don't know why he did that. And he's mobbing it all over the place. So here's another Andor. He literally went onto the lad. Danny didn't really do much about it anyway. That was bizarre for Matt Verstappen, but Matt Verstappen going for the move on the inside of Lewis Hamilton. Tried to hit way without the outside to Matt do it or not. And look what he did. Hamilton robbed back behind Max Verstappen, and we're now on the terminal slow on the lap 7. We now got Bottas, who is also under by a parallel, and Fernando Alonso 3 wide going into end of terminal slow. Fernando going deep and Bottas losing 2 places to Fernando and Sergio Perez. Such a shame for Bottas. I was now on board with Danny, who's now having to defend against Russell. I was being told that we need to tap Toro side. Look where Toro side is, nearly 4-5 seconds ahead of Danny. That's not possible. I mean, looking into live timing, we got McLaren of Lando Norris, who was his teammate at the Piastri, charged ahead of their rival of Liam Lawson, and Piastri just ahead. But Lawson was charged now the outside. Can he get back through on Piastri or not? But Piastri is looking to be much more faster as he's heading down into Eau Rouge, and he's now being P7 with Hamilton should play Max Verstappen, who already overtook Hamilton while we saw that brilliant move for Max Verstappen. But now, speaking of move, what can Russell do as we now on a terminal slate of lap 8? Can Russell find a way to do it? No, he does not. Russell stays behind of Danny, and now we're going to see whether Danny can catch Toro's side. But I think we have to be realistic. We might be looking at Danny might be defending again. Russell pretty much are now on lap 9. Russell is still continue putting the pressure onto Danny. I've been looking behind multiple times, trying to figure out where he's going. As he's trying from inside, he does not manage to pull it off. But you definitely know there is a chance to be coming aboard very, very soon. That means Danny needs to hold all of his mighty power to try to hold Russell back. Can he do it or not? We now got confirmation gas lead out. I knew it!
Don't worry about the target. Follow the safety car. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's
I knew it!
which means you're going.
We now got a replay of the safety car, and the reason of it is because of Alex Albon, who actually was the tour as he spun the car around. But there was another incident with the tour involved. Pierre Gasly with mechanical failure, so this is why we now got safety car in this latest stage of the race. If we can get second or a win, that'll be amazing, but I think we are likely to get to third. But we'll see what happens, hopefully, for the remaining laps. We will do fantastic. We don't have to worry about fuel. We're ready to push it all out, is what we're going to do. And safety car coming in this lap, and we now got Charles Leclerc coming out the final corner, getting ready to start the lap 12, and he's going to hold the lead with Toro side behind in second place and Danny in third place. Can Danny this time hold the podium or not against the light of Russell, and I want to say Max Verstappen, because he's still got that chance to try to do it if he can. But in lap 13, nothing has happened in lap 12, but in lap 13, Liam Lawson is under the by Lando Norris. Will Lando make a move? No, he does not. And behind, we actually got 4 cars going side by side. At yellow on about the Bottas, and behind Hadjar on board and actor, both of them making a move on the outside. But at yellow, who's not been spoken about at all this weekend, because Timmy has been a very slow, let's be honest, he was a slow driver this weekend, and we're now on board with Danny heading into Stafford Lane, who is now getting under the by George Russell, Matt Hamilton, and the Piastri. There no doubt opportunity will be happening, and Piastri making a move on Lewis Hamilton, who's actually been going off a bit too wide. Hamilton, what is he doing? Having that moment definitely going to cost him a P6 potentially, and it's Piastri who does take the P6, and behind we can see Lando Norris is on the outside of Liam Lawson, tries to take his way around onto P8, and don't forget Lando is in the championship fight, but unfortunately at this moment in time Charles Leclerc will overtake Lando Norris and take the lead of the Driver Championship. The Lando needs to do the best of its ability to try to limit on the damage in his point in the championship, but Hamilton now tries to get his way back onto the Piastri, right for the move on the outside, coming to the end of the terminal slide. Hamilton going down, can he get through on the Piastri? No, he does not. Piastri hold the hit play, ahead of Hamilton and Lando Norris, side ahead of Liam Norton, and now on board with Charles Leclerc, who is actually heading into final lap with a third George Marshall from behind of his former teammate Carlos Sainz, who is in second place, and he also got a good gap ahead of Danny. So Danny is definitely not just in second place, so he needs to make sure he holds third place if he can. What can he do? It's still a long way to go, because this track is a long track. What can Russell do? What can Danny do? Let's find out. Oh!
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
Oh, minimal! Oh, minimal! Whoa! And it's a penalty! It's the penalty for Danny. That is so unfortunate. That is not good. But Danny got a 3-second penalty, which means he will likely lob behind Lando Norris, potentially, and that is so unfortunate for Danny. And it looks minimal, but it is still a penalty for Danny, as he had a bit of a wheel spin that he did not help him out, and it looks like he is pushing to the absolute limit. Danny is pushing to the limit, trying to spate over 3 seconds to Russell. We are literally halfway around the track. Can that happen or not? Is there enough time for Danny to pull a 3-second gap? I don't think so. I genuinely think Danny is going to lose so much places. Unfortunate moment for him, losing out the podium opportunity. So unfortunate for Danny, and Charles Leclerc, who of course has been the strongest driver this weekend. He is definitely going to win the Belgium Grand Prix, and we can see Danny holding back George Russell, but we never know. Something might happen, might manage to stay ahead or not, but Charles Leclerc out the final corner, and he took to the line to win the Belgium Grand Prix, with Carlos Sainz finishing second and Danny to the top the line in third. But where does he lob? He lobbed down the P8.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
P8. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I've lost the chance of a podium because I made a very small mistake with the bloody the track limit.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory. He wins.
And this performance today, Crofty, really goes a long way to keeping their championship hopes alive. It hasn't been an easy season for them so far this year, but this drive today was impeccable. A job well done.
It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky 3, it's time to stand on it. And that is a fabulous win. And the top step of the podium for Charles Leclerc.
Well done to the top line, but that should have been Danny up there instead of Russell, but it happened. We now learned our lesson, try not to do that again, and Charles Leclerc takes the lead in the Driver Championship with 11 points ahead of Lando Norris, and McLaren still going strong in the Construction Championship with Ferrari second, Mercedes in third. Wow, what an entertaining Belgium Grand Prix in the lane all weekend. Absolutely sensational. Cannot wait to see what will happen after the summer break. Time for recharge, and we're heading over to Dav.net. So what can Danny, Ollie and the Head can do for the second part of the season? Let's find out in that episode. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe and make the video. Do you will be very appreciated, and peace out.